Greetings, fellow Homestucks. It's Homestuck time, and I got this very adorable wizard kitten just for Roxy, because I know she would like it. Now, as you may have noticed, we're one video away from the 100th video, and I'm really not doing anything special for it. I was thinking about things I could do, but I'm like, I don't have anything special to share. So, it's gonna be kind of a small little thing, and I'm sort of marveling at myself. I'm like, wow, I've already made it to like freaking 100 videos. I don't stick with anything this long, let alone like get into the double freaking digits. But it's cool. It's awesome. Want to be able to finish Homestuck so that I won't be spoiled for the ending, and you guys will have a complete series to watch. And I'm glad you guys all like it. It's awesome. So here we go. And the two continue to converse. And finally getting into new territory for me after this conversation. These dolls are like stupidly cute. Now, I remember I told you a million times shit sounds like it could be the best thing ever, wherein ever is caps as heck. But also that no matter how awesome I might be, it might be, it's probably gonna advance all the schemes of her condescension. Right. But if we can stop her. Part of me doesn't even want to give her the satisfaction of starting off at all. Like, if we didn't win that wrecker shit just so hilariously, so many lols. Must be hard of counting. Hard of counting. Because I'm barely racking up a single goddamn laugh out loud at that self-defeating gesture. No, but it would. And for all we know, Started Up is playing right into her claws. Could be a trap waiting for Jane with the Moat Chanters. If I could stop her from playing, maybe I could at least give her a chance at a future. But there is no future on Earth for them. Or for us, for that matter. Didn't know that for a fact. But anyway, I kinda already made this bogus file for her. What? Why? To scare the shit out of her. Make her learn to fear and respect the fucking hag like she should. Then maybe we can drop this whole in-game meetup / resurrection idea altogether. Sweet though it may be. Rox, I hope you're not thinking about sending her one of your batshit till death scripts. On that subject, I miss Zwipperpips. Miss Zwipperpips? The amount of sense you haven't been making is unfucking real. Just go take a nap. Don't even think about sending her that file. Are you listening? I will take what you say under serious advisement. Wonk. Jesus. Derek, when did you start being any fun? What? It used to be you get a kick out of a stunt like that. Stunt. Man, you know I'm down with insane stunts. Insane stunts are practically what I'm all about. As long as I actually agree with the purpose they're intended to serve. Destroying Jane's computer and dissuading her from playing is not such a purpose. Bet you your responder would agree with me. Why can't you be more like him? I am more like him. I mean, more like him. You just misspelled more, causing me to suddenly understand Jack everything. He's more in touch with his feelings, which just makes me L my F.A. off since he's a bobot. Rebob. Babob. Babom? Baboms! And he can actually loosen up sometimes, kind of like you used to could. I used to could. For one thing, he doesn't insta-shoot down a bit of frisky RP shenanigans now and then. Yeah, I kind of wish you wouldn't do that with him. Why the F not? It just seems a little tawdry and disrespectful, and vaguely exploitative of a still emergent cognitive entity whose perceptual frame of reference is difficult for us to comprehend. Oh, come on. He's cool, a guy just like you. It's just he lives in some shades. It just rubs me the wrong way is all. Oh, do you want me to rub you the right way? Not really. You're overblowing this. It's just an ironic, funny thing we do sometimes. Come on, I'm sure you read the transcripts yourself. It's a lot of jokestery bullshit. He blocks me from being able to read transcripts sometimes. Oh, wow, he does? Sneaky bastard. And anyway, I'm really not sure how ironic it is. Okay, next time I will run it by the master first with his fancy fucking ironometer. Okay, here's the thing with the AR, since you still don't seem to get it. He's very similar to me in thought process and behavior, yes. But those patterns were imported from a 13-year-old version of my psyche and then sealed into the program as starting parameters. In years since, we've both evolved somewhat. I, as humans tend to, and he in whatever way is natural for a frequently running, self-aware application. So if there are differences between us, they're first reflected by what I feel is a maturity gap, and then further by several years of minor behavioral divergences. Oh my god. He's 13-year-old Dirk? Why did that not occur to me? That is so cute! And makes me feel kind of skeevy for saying anything lascivious at him. Damn it, you ruined everything! You're welcome. Yo, you guys realize I can hear you, right? Yes, I was aware. Check out all these complicated fucking problems people have when they have to live in a big lumbering flesh monsters instead of a sweet pair of shades. Dude, do you think you could sit out this one for a while? This conversation practically doesn't even concern you at this point. It seems there is some gnarly crooked number that represents the percentage of probability you just said this doesn't concern me. Even though it's patently obvious that half the conversation, like, way totally concerns me. Shit, Roxy, look. He's doing that thing where he ironically pretends to fail the Turing test to sass me into submission. Even though I was the one who fucking programmed him to do that. LMFA off! Like, my butt is just there on the floor. It's how hard I yelled it off just now. Not peeking at the floor butt, because I'm only 13 years old, motherfuckers. This is fucking dumb. I'm gonna leave both of you to interact however you want. I have important shit to deal with and actual responsibilities to take seriously. Roxy, go nap off your drink or aggressively wage another flirt LARPing campaign, whatever. I don't care. Just don't send that file to Jane, okay? To may specified TT, cease pestering Pipsy Nostalgic, TG. Flirt LARP! Oh, the cuties. Oh hey, Roxy also has good taste in computing. That is a gorgeous background. I think I know the artist of that background too. So, looks like it's just the two of us. Looks that way. Fancy that. Guess I can go back to talking in orange. But yes, you should slip into something more comfortable while I pour you some robo wine. We have much to discuss. To fingers together with sultry cunning. Actually, I think I like red better. Okay, I can check the cellar. Might have some choice years left in the Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir. God. I don't doubt the choiceness of those pinpos, but I'm not really here to screw around. There's something important to talk about. Aw, dang. Jane's after me. I'm sorry, bro. It has to wait. Can't leave Janie hanging. I'm getting congested again. 1 second. Let me go hack my lungs up. This weird feeling I get that when I start talking and all of a sudden there's like this blah blocking my nose, so I can't breathe when I'm talking, which makes me sound really weird. Okay. Let's see. Alright, but just so you know, I think Dirk is probably going to make some sort of formal romantic overture toward Jake today. What? Wait, really? Been crunching numbers all day on this. The percentage of probability is simultaneously bananas and through the roof. A complete disgrace of tropical fruit erupting from the peak of an unassuming domicile. Oh my, how do you know? Because I've aggregated thousands of subtle clues indiscernible to primitive human neurology and ran them through my determinative infatuation engine at the astonishing speed of information. And also because I'm pretty sure it's what I would do if I were him, which is literally the case. And also because he kind of told me, I guess. There's that. Well, this should be interesting. Did you tell Jake, or not specifically? Man, does he even know how he feels? Well, the poor guy is tortuously under siege from all sides. He knows well enough. I've badgered him with enough insincere solicitations to paint a pretty striking portrait of my cognitive progenitor's inclinations, even if he wasn't able to pick up on such hints from the man himself, which strikes me as a statistic impossibility. And that's not even me just spewing more ironic AI bullshit. I was never that clear on that. Are you, like, both crushing on him, or is it real for him and ironic for you, or... It's complicated. No shit, says the robot clone of the guy smitten with the guy everyone else is smitten with, including said robot clone, maybe. Hey, can we hold this thought? Have to answer Jane. Yeah. Answer Jane. Such a cutie. It's my favorite character. Like, absolutely favorite. Okay, so we had that conversation. Anyway, if you're still there, I wouldn't call my feelings ironic, though evidently I would enclose them in quotes. They're more like an echo of feelings once established in a biological context, though perhaps had not particularly well materialized at that point in my life. Or his life. Whatever. They still feel real sometimes, and it can be easy to get carried away with them. But most of the time they present themselves as dense bodies of abstraction to be evaluated, like any kind of information. It's fair to say the feelings I have about my feelings are more genuine expressions of emotion than the ground-level feelings themselves. Does that make a sense? Make sense. Words. Yes, sorry, I distracted. Important shit going on with Janesy. That's fine. So to underwhelmingly answer your question, no, I don't think I'm really into Jake. Not so much as occasionally being subject to heavily arresting recalls of conflicted, incipient preteen episodes on the subject. I'm not sure I can be into someone in a way you understand. Not that it would even matter if I was. No glasses. Damn. What? Sorry, I'm listening to you really, but I fucked up. I'm gonna make sure Jane doesn't run that file I sent. The virus? You sent it already? Sneaky. I'm such an ass. What are you two talking about? The bot line is, I'm a horrible friend. You could just tell her you sent an exploding file. No, then she'll think I'm shitty. And right now she thinks I'm super not shitty. Don't want to blow it. I think I'd rather pull a Dirk and profess my undying feelings for her. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Wait, you have feelings for Jane? No, you dingnut. If Dirk tells Jake about his stuff, what about Jane? How's she gonna feel? Competing wish a friend and all for a guy she can't even get up the nerve to say anything to. Poor Jane. It seems to be highly probable you're ensnared in the throes of one of your human romantic quandaries. Oh, shut the fuck up. I need a drink. Are you even talking to her anymore? It seems like you must be neglecting her side of the conversation. I'm in the middle of a dramatic pause. Call me your fucking tits, Bob. God, they are all so cute. I just want to squeeze them. Okay, so they were having that conversation. Anyway, I won't distract you for much longer. Just felt the need to tip you off to this 800-ton gorilla dragging its knuckles across the horizon. Will this gorilla eat those bananas? Playing at the roof, you said? No airborne fruit will be safe. I guess this is to be presented as something of like a word of caution. If it's me going through with this, hypothetically, I'm not dropping some limp-wristed shucks buster on his ass and praying to the horse gods of irony for reciprocation. There will be no rocking back and forth on pigeon-toed feet when my face flushes with the blood of 1,000 timid bishies. I will not hold one tentative hand behind my head like a flustered asshole from an Asian cartoon, nor will an oversized bead of sweat overlap ludicrously with my visage. If it's me, I'm going all out. Oceans will rise, cities will fall, volcanoes will erupt. What I'm saying is, it's going to be a scene, and bystanders need to brace themselves. Okay, about when is the big scene happening? Probably after the game begins. I expect he'll hold off on playing his hand until he and Jake are in the session. He'll take certain measures. For some reason, I think he's latched onto the notion that functioning as the client for a player is customarily a one-way pass to make out city with the player. Everything with him and me is a matter of assiduous tactical forethought. Making a play to get his Jones on for the J-Man is no different. Not sure what any of this quite means, but it sounds spectacular. I can't wait. Though, I'm still kind of torn about how to feel about his chances versus Jane's chances. What do I say to Jane about this? It's hard being as toady sweet a friend as me. It's hard, and no one understands. Lol. Sorry to hear that. As ever, I remain an automatonous and dispassionate witness of this oddity that is human interaction while maintaining no investment in either outcome. Yeah, BS. Anyway, looks like I have to go. I have to prove some shit to Jane. Prove what? Oh, you know, just subjected shit to the old madrigogs. It seems you just said madrigogs. What are madrigogs? Later, bro. Or she's 7 instead of 8. Tipsy nostalgic TG ceased pestering to me as testified TT. I just love them so much. I just want to squeeze them all forever. Jeannie, it seems to me that there is a huge maths % chance of you being a huge tight ass. Okay, we have read this one before and they didn't mark it because it was short, so tight ass, ready a purifier. You push some buttons and mess with some knobby dealies and get totally set to subject shit to the madrigals. Madriggers. Uh-oh. Jasper's face, he's like, wow. Aim? Purify? No! Plummet. Wow. Oh my god, her face. Continued tragically. Take book. Yep, he's dead. Totally sassacrushed. You just know that julep-guzzling bastard is scrambling up his echelon as we speak, chuckling to himself while he fills his pockets with ill-gotten boon dollars. Go ahead, old man. Laugh it up. It's a pretty odd way for a cat to die. Like, with that face and everything. They're recycling the GIFs. You guess you'll have to do something with the body now. Maybe a funeral? It sounds like the perfect way to say goodbye to an old friend. But the environment outside isn't particularly hospitable for a burial these days. It also sounds kind of depressing to host a funeral by yourself. It's probably best just to send him back where he came from. Years ago, when you were exploring the lab, you found a machine somewhat similar to the ectobiology equipment. Without knowing what it did, you activated it, and out came this friendly cat in a handsome little suit. You still aren't sure where he came from, though given the timestamp and coordinates on the machine, you have a feeling he belonged to your mother. If that's true, you feel bad about stealing her cat, let alone killing him. But you can never bring yourself to send him back. Until now, of course. She would probably want to know what happened to her disappearing cat, even if it meant discovering him dead a little while later. The device uses huge amounts of power. Its entire power supply was almost fully depleted using it for the first time. You stockpiled as much uranium as you could for another test run. Looks like this will be it. Take cat. Oops, Silodex is full. Gotta swap it with something. Probably as good an excuse to break a new fenestrated plane. Retrieve mutant kitten. You swap the bottle with one dead cat in it for another. You often use this little guy to break in the planes like an intrepid test pilot. Not while it's in the bottle, though. That would just be ridiculous, since the bottles are sort of just inventory abstractions. You have to break the bottle first before you can get serious about breaking some glass. That's how you christen things, is smashing bottles over them. Clear some space. Yep, scoot that aside. That was a really neat scooting aside of giant pile of plushies. I wish that cleaning my room was that easy. Need to get this bullshit out of the way. You can't work like this with everything jammed down there in the corner. It's bad enough you're hammered. Break some glass! Da 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 da! Psh. Your test pilot flew back out, which means the link between planes is working and stable. You can't even remember which one you linked this up to. You guess you'll find out the fast way. Jump in? Whee! Though how she fit in that tiny space. From the perspective of anyone observing the two windows from the outside, transport looks instantaneous. But for the traveler, there's always this gap of void between them. In your experience, the more significant the journey between the planes is, the wider the gap. This one is small enough to be negligible, though. Probably because it leads to somewhere else in your house. You set a bunch of these up as little shortcuts to places around your house, as well as some places nearby, like the lab. It's a convenient way to hop around, though isn't without some risk. You're still not sure what happens if one of the planes loses power while in transit, other than objects predictably getting sliced in half if they're straddling the plane when the plug is pulled. You haven't come up with a good way to observe the consequences from the inside yet, without using yourself as a guinea pig. And you're in as much a hurry to try that as you are to look up the correct spelling of guinea pig, because seriously, fuck those particular pigs. You've already spelled it right, though, sweetie. What just happened? Turned to take a sip of coffee and something happened. Oh. It's upside down. The universe is upside down. Where is that? Okay, I land already. Whee! It was definitely, portal moment. Yay! When you're quite through with that tomfoolery, you find yourself in your household's observatory. You keep it very cool in here and use it to store pumpkins you've purified from around the world. Especially from Jake. That guy is just stinking rich with pumpkins on his dumb tropical island. It would never occur to you to otherwise be so grabby with pumpkins, but they just happened to be the most easily purifiable vegetable on the planet for reasons that make no sense. And it's not like you can just stop swiping vegetables. You got your own mysterious reasons. Hey look, incoming message! Answer. Uranian Umbra, you begin cheering Chipsy Nostalgic TG. There you are. Tricky one to track down, you are. Oh yeah. Don't know why I've been here goofing around for hours. Oh, no doubt. Methinks it has less to do with your actual whereabouts as it does with your virtues as a hero of void. Okay, but you never say what stuff like that means when you say it, though. Is this more causal spoilers? Casual spoilers shit? Causal. And yes, somewhat. However, with these spoilers by their nature, the more time it passes for you, the less relevant it becomes to guard their secrecy. As you approach your entry, details I have obscured will become more plainly evident. So I see no harm in loosening my tongue on certain matters the closer you get to the appointed hour. So you're saying I have, like, these magical void powers? Yes. Sounds kind of shitty and boring powers to me. What can I even do besides make me invisible to an alien sometimes? Alien. The void aspect is fascinating, though. Its heroes preside over the essence of lack, or nothingness, obfuscation of knowledge, or its outright destruction. Snooze! Well, I think it's wonderful. And anyway, one can hardly draw many conclusions about a player by aspect alone. The aspect is channeled more specifically by the assets of one's class. So when you can't see me, when I'm doing my voidy thing or whatever, what do you see? Is it like just a black screen? Pretty much. It's just that footage of my mom does that too, like blacks out and stuff. Mom was a notorious scourge to the Papa Yahtzee. Or I mean, the woman who I'm supposed to be genetically descended from. Woman. Know what I mean? I understand what you're getting at, yes. It is certainly possible that we may have common ground with our ancestors when it comes to our aspects, or the way our abilities reveal themselves to us. I could not rule this out. But there's always more to examine. That was unnecessarily loud as shit. 1 second. I should learn to shut that window before I record. Okay. For instance, a hero of life and a hero of doom have aspects as different as can be. But if their classes are different enough as well, that is, one active and the other passive, remarkably there is a chance they could end up with very similar abilities. Player abilities may also manifest in ways in defiance with their aspects if they are heavily resistant to their true calling, if corrupted in some way by an outside influence. But it is rather clear to me you are one who embraces their aspect quite heartily, even if you are not aware of it. So, deep down, I am super psyched about nothingness? Yeah, sounds about right. Oh, damn, hey, I almost forgot I had a really short but cool dream. I figured you meant like this. Oh, she's starting to talk like Dave now. I almost forgot. I had a really short but cool dream. I figured you meant like this. Oh yes, everyone is having important dreams revealing our mutual entries. This is so lovely. Please tell. I saw someone I think was supposed to be my daughter. Do you know if that's true? Can you describe her? Well, she looked kind of like me, but in this orange getup up with a yellow sun on it. She sounds to me like the well-known figure of legend, or at least well known to those who make the study of such matters into their all-consuming pastime. I believe you saw the Seer of Light. So, okay, let's say she is deaf-that. Does that mean she's not my daughter, or spoipers? Exactly how much spoipage are we talking, you? It would normally be my instinct to supply a vague response here, but I think that your heart has already told you the answer, and as such my secrecy would be purposeless. So yes, that she was. Oh yes, I knew it! So then, Space Lady, can you tell me who this lucky fella was? Fella? What do you mean? Come on, you know. Who do I get future busy with to make the Lightseer babies? Oh, yes, pardon my sluggishness on the uptake. We are very different species, reproductively and familiarly, remember? Shaking my head. Signs deeply muttering, billions to self. That, I think, is something I cannot say, or that is, should not say. Oh, come on, you're already telling me stuff. Oh, please don't press me for information. It makes me feel terribly guilty. You have no idea how much I would fancy revealing everything and exchange our stories endlessly. But I must show restraint. Please? What if I guess stuff? Is it Strider? Does he get, like, ungay for a while or such? You probably don't even know what that means on account of being extraterrestrial. Can aliens be gay too? Is that a thing? Being space gay? Oh man, embarrassed alien is embarrassed. Sorry. I'm not embarrassed. I just don't know what you're talking about. Oh, but seriously, is it him? Maybe? Or is it like some ectobio shit instead and a dude ain't really involved? Maybe? Man, wouldn't that just figure? It would suck. Why'd you have to go and confirm my bleak dudeless future? I confirmed no such thing, Roxy. You've been frightfully difficult. You just keep pushing and pushing, and I can maintain my composure for only so long. Okay, I'm sorry. If you are really curious about the events surrounding your daughter's origin, you can always ask her in person when you meet her. So you mean I am going to meet her in the game? Oh, well, yes. But I'm not sure if I should have revealed that just now. You see what happens when you push me. There is so much for me to keep track of, and it gets very difficult to remember what information to reveal at what time. When you are flustered. Okay, so without pushing and frustrating you, let me just see if I have all my facts right. I will meet my cool as hell daughter from the future in this game. Yes, basically. And I will also meet my mother in this game. Yes. And the game will let me resurrect her from the dead, and that's what I'm going to do. The game provides a mechanism for the revival of the deceased, yes. It is called a kernel sprite, and you are free to gather the remains of any dead party you choose, to revive that individual in the form of a sprite. The sprite will then serve as a helpful spirit guide on your journey. Yeah, but you cleverly dodged the cue. That's how you say it works, but will I do that? I believe I was very forthright in my answer. If you play the game, you will meet your daughter. If you play the game, you will meet your mother too. Simple as can be. Nara's eyes with drunken suspicion. I just see her face. She's like, Oxy, please. Oops, I'm getting a message. Here. So yeah, to continue my confirmation spree, you are maybe kind of hinting there are ecto shenanigans that lead to the birth of my daughter. Just like I descended from my mom through some sort of similar bio process. Those are definitely some things which you believe could be true or not true. Well, you're such a shitty liar. I'm not any kind of liar. Come on, what's the answer? Yes, no. Or should I say, yes, no, you. You! I choose you! You love yous. I do love yous. You're silly. Silly and cute and bad at lying. But really, I don't lie. I'm not deceitful by nature, but in order to protect the integrity of certain outcomes while still being helpful to you, I guess I am learning the art of deception through honesty. Which, as it turns out, as well intended as it may be, it still comes across to savvy lass like yourself as just another kind of equivocation. Though I guess I shouldn't be so startled that a rogue of Void could bewilder me so. Void players are said in text to have a way with flummoxing even those with plans beyond mortal understanding. And I'm far from anyone like that. Just a girl who wants to help. Such a cutie. God, I'm dying. Oh, and we get to see her hands. Okay, I don't think I have time to read this one. I'll just read it anyway.